The Necromunda campaign has kicked off. This means it is time for Scenario 1. We're going on a beast hunt. A mid-spire house wants a new trophy for the walls. They know of a beast in the Underhive and want a gang to kill it. They don't care which gang. So Scenario 1 for the Herrspieler Necromunda campaign. Participants, this is their first scenario, so they'll be bringing their full gang, which is only 6 members, some only have 5. Standard setup rules, standard deployment, no tactics cards in the first scenario. Across the battlefield, there'll be 6 markers. These are beast lairs to be searched, which is a simple action. When a gang searches are there, they draw a card from a special little deck of 6 cards that I made, and that will tell them if the beast is in there, or some other critters, or it's just empty. So the big objective is to kill the beast and escape with its body. If you kill any of the other critters, great, mark that down because there will be rewards for those as well. None of the rewards will be declared until after everybody has played the scenario. But obviously keep a note of anything that you manage to loot from other bodies or any of that sort of jazz. This video, I've just kept it as a montage. So Scenario 2, I'll make a lot more effort with getting that right and also recording footage that's in focus. So this scenario was played 4 times. First set, played it and they enjoyed it, but the beast was too tough for them. I made it, it's very much based on the beast in the normal scenarios, but I kind of beefed it up a little bit in increasing its movement and giving it a toxic spit in case it's been pinned. Also, it can't be coup de grace, which I think is the same as the other beast. It has a 5-up invul. But I ended up rolling that back a little bit. I decreased it to a 6-up invul. I reduced the number of wounds it had. To search for the beast is just a simple action to search a lair that you're in contact with. When the beast is drawn, it gets to charge and make an attack straight away. However, if the person who searched for it has an action left, they can take an initiative check and try and interrupt the beast. Additionally, if there's any fighters within 8 inches and they've got line of sight and they've not activated this turn, they can also roll for initiative. That doesn't have to just be the gang that searched there. It can be any gang, any fighters that are within that range and have that line of sight. So in one game, we have the Prospects and Delac and Genestealer cultists all going for it. And the Prospects found the beast really quickly, but unfortunately had some real trouble putting it down. Again, this is where it was slightly tougher, but also they kept getting attacked by the Genestealer cultists. And Delac were mopping up on the critters before, unfortunately, finishing off the Prospects and stealing the kill. That whole area, look at it, it's just carnage. Which is just kind of what Delac's MO is really, isn't it? We had Orlocks playing Palanites. The Palanites took the victory there. Orlocks against Prospects. The Orlocks took the victory on that one. And then finally we had Orlocks against Orlocks. But that was one person who hadn't played the scenario and one person who had. The person who had won it. That means whether you won or lost impacts the sides in Scenario 2. And it takes whatever your first effect was. Actually, I've discussed this already, so I'm just going to edit all this shit out. There were a few injuries, but obviously no deaths because I didn't allow any of that. There's some people in recovery. If you killed the beast and won the scenario, then you got 2 ablative overlays, which is some nice pieces of armor. If you didn't kill the beast but won the scenario because you managed to, when the person was trying to escape from it, you managed to take their fighter out and steal the corpse, then you only got 1 ablative overlay, but I don't think that happened. In fact, I don't know if anyone actually escaped with a beast. I think they just ended up tabling their opponent, which, you know, is a fine tactic. It's a good one to use. Along with that, everybody who completed gets a couple new gang members. So if you won, you get a new Juve and a new gang member, as well as one of your Juves that you took on a scenario gets 9 bonus XP. If you didn't win, you can choose between a gang fighter or a prospect, as well as 1 Juve, so we can bring some prospects into the game. And then one of your Juves gets 6 XP to spend on immediate advancements. Scenario 2, I don't want to go into too much detail on it because we will come back to that. I don't want to make this video too long, but it turns out that the beast was not a pest. It was actually an expensive Xenos import from a higher hive who are mightily ticked off that someone went and killed it. For Scenario 2, bringing in tactics cards, there'll be a predefined list which you can choose from rather than just open it up where some cards are very broken, and also I don't really want to penalise people that haven't bought the bonus cards. Anyway, any feedback much appreciated. Any tips if you've done this yourself, also appreciated. I love the engagement with the community. I try to reply to everybody who sends me a message or acknowledge it in some way because it's always very greatly appreciated. Anyway, my throat is a little bit croaky today, so I'm going to end this here. But thanks for following Scenario 1 after listening to the introduction of the campaign. I'm looking forward to bringing Scenario 2 to you in about a month's time. I'll be producing other content between now and then, obviously, but I've decided that I am going to alternate 1 week video work, 1 week model hobby work, and alternate it that way. So that way I can try and keep that 2 week release schedule going. Obviously, I'm a one-man show here, just doing what I can when I can. But if anybody has any ideas or suggestions or requests, just send them through. The worst case, I don't end up doing it for a while, but I'll definitely bear it in mind. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and peace.